Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm Joe.
Gregory.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you doing today?
I could be better, but I'm here, so I'm doing okay.
Do you have trouble getting here at all?
Not really. It's, my travel situation is a little complicated, but I got here, and that's the best thing for me, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a warm day out, compared to what we're used to here.
Not too bad.
So, I mean, it was a little bit windy. So,
Oh.
as long as you got here safe.
All 4 seasons in 1 week, it's kind of a nice place to be.
Yeah. So what brings you in today?
Well, I need help. I think I've done all I can for myself, and this is my first time, looking for professional help, if you will, and I'm kind of glad to be here and just looking for help, if you will.
Okay. Well, I'll just go through a basic couple of procedures really quick.
Okay.
Whatever you tell me is strictly between me and you, total confidentiality. Unless you threaten to harm yourself or others, that's when I have to report to higher authority.
Okay.
Or if you want something to be said to somebody else with written consent, I'm allowed to relay such message.
Okay.
So, have you ever seen any type of social services before?
No, you're the first. I thought it's going to be too much money. I've never looked for professional help, but I figured the word professional, and it's going to cost me a lot more money. And right now, I mean, I'm not in the position to do anything other than wake up and go to work and come home and sleep, and even then it's getting kind of expensive. So I never looked for professional help before, so you're the first.
Okay, but you are going through a rough time right now, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's how I feel to be here. Yeah.
And you said you're going through financial struggles, correct?
Yes.
And what else? One more time.
Well, financially having some trouble. Mobility. Myself, I don't own a car. My job's just not paying enough, and I'm just living situation just is very expensive, and it's really unhealthy. So I'm just a lot of issues, if you will.
Okay.
In one.
And have you been bouncing from place to place? You said.
Yeah, I've moved from being at home to friends, couch surfing, and trying to find a stable place to be. Right now, where I am, it's not particularly stable, but it's the best I can do.
Okay, so would you say you've kind of hit a rock bottom?
I think so.
When did you realize you hit it?
I could be cliche and say, now that I'm seeking help, a professional, I guess I must be at rock bottom. But no, I think it was the moment when I couldn't go back home with my parents. There's a lot of personal issues there, trying to get back at home, and when I can't afford to pay rent or keep my cell phone on or eat or go to work, in a timely manner, like when all 4 of those things come down to it, and I can only have one and not everything. Yeah. That's when I realized I've hit bottom.
Okay, so you say you don't really have family support either.
No.
So, you've been to school. Have you been to school?
Well, yeah, I used to go to school. I used to go to college here, and when the recession hit, all the places I was getting student loans from went bankrupt, and with me not having credit and family having bad credit, I had to drop out of school, take a leave of absence first, and when after a year I couldn't go back, so I haven't been back to school. So technically I've had some college, but to places you apply for and jobs, I'm just a high school graduate.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. However, there is a way out. We can assist you with, there's plenty of homeless assistance programs. As well, you can still apply for food stamps. Have you ever tried applying for food stamps?
Well, I think I could because of living in an apartment with people, and do I need to claim them? Do I don't claim them? Do my parents still claim me intact? I thought there was a lot of extra paperwork or like loopholes that kept me from being out of it, and
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to deal with it or had the time to sit there and try to work it out. So no, I've never applied for food stamps.
Okay. I strongly suggest at least trying. I mean, because the worst that could happen is like them saying no, sorry. But you have to explore every option, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you explore all options, because not all options are going to say yes to you, but
Okay.
it doesn't mean all options are going to say no.
Okay.
And you can get social services, free therapy or counseling, free welfare services to help you, to provide for you. Do you have insurance or anything?
No.
No insurance?
No.
Okay, we can still help you out. It's not an issue. You said you always have roommates. What are they like exactly?
Well, my first roommates were fine. When I took the leave of absence from school, I went and did a college program down in Florida, and it provided housing for you. They just took money out of your paychecks. You worked, and you had housing. It was free, and those roommates were fine, And then I left to try to go back home, and then I had to come back here, and I've had roommates that were just constantly stealing money. We were living 6-7 people to an apartment, and only the 3 of us were paying rent, so late fees and having to pay to cover everybody else. And then now I had roommates that are into a lot of illegal stuff. One of them's a prostitute, one does drugs. And it's just it's not mentally the healthiest place to live. And when you're seeing them doing what they're doing and smiling and having fun, and you're like struggling to make ends meet, it's really complicated.
Okay. So have you ever participated in those acts like of prostitution or like any hard drugs?
I've tried to do the best thing I could, and it's getting more and more tempting to do it, but that's why I'm here.
Okay. Well, that's good. You came to the right place. You're not turning any of the hard stuff. You're not becoming, kind of like them.
Yeah.
So, would you consider these people your friends, or are they just roommates?
I would consider them just roommates.
Okay. Okay. So what are your friends like? Outside of the roommates, or what kind of friends do you have? Would you say?
When I get a chance to hang out with people, I'm more of they're pretty good people. I have some good friends from work and coworkers, but it's hard to hang out with them when you don't have the money to go out and party, or if they live miles away and you can't go to houses or the bar. It's one thing to hang out with them, it's another if you can actually participate in what they're doing. So I have some good friends, but I don't get to see them a lot.
Okay. All right, we're gonna give you just a couple of goals. Would you like to meet up at the same time next week?
Oh yes, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. I would like you to try to apply for food stamps.
Okay.
Here's some information. Right here is how to apply. Here's the website. Do you have any internet service, or even a library card, so that way you can go access it?
I could get to a library.
Okay. Here's where you go. Apply for food stamps. If you have a question, just give me a call. I'll give you my card and everything. And here, excuse me, bless you. Here, you can apply for welfare, and here's all the information where you can apply for welfare right here.
Okay.
All right. If it doesn't work out, or if you're having any troubles, give me a call, or we can talk about it next week. And next week we can also get into a more detailed plan about specific goals.
Okay.
I think you want to move out, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We can try to get you, some financial stability.
Okay.
Easier transportation.
Okay.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I just don't have a car.
Okay. Well, we can work on, bus fare, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And we can discuss, getting out of the house, public transportation, and, just trying to mentally stay strong.
Okay.
I'll offer you some free therapy counseling services as well. All right. See you next week?
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, man.
Okay.